Houses in Lagos are seriously overpriced, especially when you think about two things: how much people actually earn on average and the kind of financing options available. Or should I say, not really available. Because most realtors compare their prices to those of houses in USA and compare the quality to this in USA, we will talk about the mortgage options available to people in places like the US and Canada, where I can walk into my bank today, pull out $20,000 from my savings account, use that as a down payment, and start paying a mortgage for 25 years or less. Such options are unavailable to Nigerians. Also, most people with jobs, and that's over 60% of adults in the US and Canada, can do the same. If they save $5,000 a year for 4 years, that right there is the down payment ready. They also have access to credit cards, which Nigerians in Nigeria do not have access to. Honestly, I think more than half the population could save $20,000 in 4 years if they really set their minds to it. Judging by the minimum wage and what the average person in USA and Canada spend their money on. Now let's flip it to Nigeria. The cheapest house, nothing fancy, just basic, costs at least 12 million naira. And guess what? You have to pay the whole thing up front. No payment plans, no credit cards, no bank loans, no mortgage. Most people have to save for such a purchase. Here's the kicker. 98% of Nigerians with bank accounts have less than 500,000 naira in their bank accounts. That's about $300, meaning only 2% of Nigerians have $300 or more in their bank accounts. This isn't just talk. That's according to the finance minister himself. The Nigerian Bureau of Statistics says 75% of Nigerians have jobs, but 93% of those jobs are informal. Yeah, informal. That's a whole other conversation. Out of those employed, how many are actually earning the minimum wage, which is less than $40 a month? So tell me, how long do you think it'll take the few lucky Nigerians, I mean the lucky few who earn minimum wage and over, to buy a 12 million naira house? Assuming such houses existed in the market, it would take them 33 years, and that's if they didn't spend a single naira on anything else. Now, what if you earn 1 million naira a month and you plan on buying the average house in Lagos? The average price? 260 million naira. If you earned 1 million naira monthly and save half your paycheck, which is 500,000 naira every month, it would still take 44 years to save enough to buy that average house. Let's break this down further. If you saved half your salary, that's 500,000 naira every month, it would still take you 44 years to buy that average house in Lagos priced at 260 million naira. But here's the real kicker. 44 years is a long time. Over those 4 decades, inflation and the devaluation of the naira won't stand still. Historically, Nigeria's inflation rate has averaged around 12 to 15% per year, sometimes even higher. If we take a conservative average inflation rate of 12% annually in 44 years, the value of the naira could be worth only a tiny fraction of what it is today. For example, 12% inflation compounded over 44 years means prices would increase roughly 80 times. So, your average 260 million naira house today could cost around 20.8 billion naira in 44 years. And your savings? The 200 million naira you might have saved up by then, if you're lucky enough to save that much, would be worth much less in terms of buying power. Basically, even after decades of saving half your income, inflation would likely have made the dream of owning that house impossible. And your savings? The 200 million naira you might have saved up by then, if you're lucky enough to save that much, would be worth much less in terms of buying power. Basically, even after decades of saving half your income, inflation would likely have made the dream of owning that house impossible. This means that by the time you save enough to buy your dream home, the price of that home will have soared way beyond what you've managed to save. It's a vicious cycle. You save slowly because of low income. Inflation makes everything more expensive. The value of your savings erodes over time, and owning a home stays out of reach. This is why buying a home in Nigeria isn't just about saving money. It's about facing harsh economic realities that make it one of the toughest markets to get into, even for those earning ₦1,000,000 a month. This is why buying a home in Nigeria isn't just about saving money. It's about facing harsh economic realities that make it one of the toughest markets to get into, even for those earning ₦1,000,000 a month. Here's the real deal. It's easier for the average American to buy a house in the US than it is for the average Nigerian to buy a house in Nigeria. I will end this video by saying, to the Nigerians watching this video, the fact that you can watch this video already means you most likely aren't even the average Nigerian. Let that sink in. The average Nigerian as at today earns less than 100,000 naira per month, which is less than $65 as of today. The average Nigerian works in the informal sector. Actually, 93% of all Nigerians who are employed in informal jobs. The average Nigerian does not own a car. Less than 15% of Nigerians own a car. The average Nigerian owns a phone but subscribes to the smallest data bundles worth 100 to 500 naira. The average Nigerian uses Facebook, WhatsApp and more but in data-saving mode. The average Nigerian watches YouTube videos but not regularly and not in high quality. The average Nigerian definitely isn't watching long videos on YouTube. The average Nigerian does not eat 3 times a day every day consistently. In fact, 1 in 3 Nigerian children are malnourished. Does the average Nigerian own a home? Very unlikely. So the fact that you watched this video for this long as a Nigerian already means you, my friend, are very likely not an average Nigerian, and yet even you would struggle to save for even the most basic of houses in the slums of Lagos. How much more the true average Nigerians? The truth may be hard to hear, but it's even harder to live through. Think about it.